the following presentation of the National Football League.
It is always a good time for football here in the city of Pittsburgh. Welcome to Acrisure Stadium. Tonight, a good one here in the AFC. It's the Miami Dolphins and the Pittsburgh Steelers. To kick off, here's Riley Patterson. And here we go on Monday Night Primetime. Here comes Williams on the return. This makes it up to the 25. So the Steeler offense getting out there for its opening drive of the game. And they're brought out by the league's elder statesman. Drafted back in 2005, now in his 40s and still going strong. Aaron Rodgers.
I think it's safe to say, Kate, Aaron Rodgers may be one of the most polarizing figures in the NFL, but there is nobody that will question his ability to spin a football different than everybody else. Just ask his receivers, tight ends, running backs, anybody that's ever played with him. He elevates their game, and he often elevates his own game to an MVP kind of level.
And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
When you script that first 15, Kate, and that first play is a run play, you can't do it better than that.
Big shot to begin the drive has him up beyond the 40. First down, and they go right back to it. He hits the lane perfectly for an 8-yard pickup. It's second down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Rodgers off the play action. Gets it downfield on target to Metcalf. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
Steelers, first down. First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
Warren here from the gun. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's second and 6. Rodgers from the gun. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps the drive moving.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. First and 10. They put Austin in motion left. On first down, Warren. And second down is going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Drive's been moving nicely, but they went the wrong way on that last snap. It's second and 13. From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. Into the end zone, but not brought in. It falls incomplete. And will bring up third down. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react, and then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pattern.
He's in trouble, and the Dolphins get him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down.
All right, first sack on the board, and the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Facing fourth down, the Steelers opting for the field goal. Chris Boswell out to do the honors. It's a 38-yarder from the left hash. Boswell able to knock it through. And they get 3 on their first series. Hope to build on that in the drives ahead.
All in all, Kate, I'm going to call that a good start. Offense established himself, moved the ball, and the kicker able to give him a lead.
Boswell on to send this away. D. Eskridge to return it. Jukes away from one. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. So here come the Dolphins as they get set for their debut series. I know you love this guy, Brock, a fellow lefty like you, now in his 6th season, Tua Tagovailoa.
Unfortunately, those injuries returned last season. Katie played his fewest games since his rookie season 11. It was pretty obvious, too. Those Dolphins, 6-5 with him, 2-4 without him. He's a difference maker.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Opening carry for Devon Achane. I'd say the defense will take this today. They're across the line, handing them a loss. First play of the game. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Tua now from the gun. That throw comes up short. Need a little more muscle on that one.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down. Now air it out on 3rd. Here's a screen for Achane. And he'll get it up to the 27.
It's plays like that, Kate, right wrong. When I sit and judge a defense, I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on the field, and not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on 3rd down.
Now it's Jake Bailey, who's out to punt this for the Dolphins. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense for their 2nd drive of the game. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Warren. And that's an 8-yard chunk to start this one. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
1st down carry got him 9 yards. Here comes 2nd and 1. Rodgers will look to throw. It's caught. That's Calvin Austin. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. That's going to do it for our first quarter here on Monday Night Primetime. The Steelers have played to an early lead. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. Second quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. Shotgun handoff to Warren. Get some space around midfield. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. They pick up 14 yards on that one, and the Steelers have a first down.
Pretty obvious, this defense, man, they need more people around the line of scrimmage. But the minute you do that, Kate, start opening up those throwing lanes. This is how balance takes apart a defense.
To the air on first down. Rogers connects on the crosser. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. Big gain, 14 on the play. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
That's one of those plays, Kate, where every position on the offense gets a gold star. They all did their job, enough protection to allow the quarterback time to find his receiver, who went all the way from the right side of the field to the left side of the field to do some damage.
Motion man sent left. Rogers gonna throw on first. Completed left side to Smith. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Offense is set. 1st and 10. From the red zone on first. It's a screen play to Warren. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
At the Dolphins' 9-yard line.
All right up against that marker, but not there yet. It's 2nd and inches. Dive play straight ahead. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers making a 9-point advantage. Not the position we normally see him lined up in, Brock, but showing that he can be a pretty good H-back, too, by getting that one to the end zone.
Yeah, and I'm going to say pretty good job by the offensive staff of moving these chess pieces around. That's so critical down in the red zone. Move your pieces around to a favorable position, and you might just get checkmate.
Chris Boswell for the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Steelers make it a 10-point ball game.
Steelers 10, Dolphins nothing.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Here comes Malik Washington. He stopped on the run back at the 27. Now we're going to see the Dolphin offense for their 2nd drive of the contest. They now trail by double digits after that last score, Brock. It's 10-0 partway through here. First call here coming from the shotgun. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. That's some nice running there on that 7-yard gain. Make it 2nd down.
While that run may not have moved the chains, Kate, that is such a confidence builder. Sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. Playing with Achane here out of the gun. This is a nice gain. Nearly moves those chains. He's got it up to the 36.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Steelers in the dime for this third down. Here's two on the sneak. They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stopped him at the line. No gain.
It's a gain of a yard. And the Dolphins first down.
So with that, Brock, we've now reached our 2-minute warning. More on Monday Night Primetime in just a moment. We've set it down from 37. Motion man is the tight end. He's going left. Not first down. Here's Tagovailoa. Completed over the middle. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And that is the Dolphins' first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Man in motion here. Tagovailoa on first down. Finds him on the crossing route. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
They go play action with Tagovailoa. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's hauled out of bounds as he takes this down to the 30. They pick up 14 yards on that one, and it's going to be first down Miami.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
First down, here's Tua. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Flat out a tremendous call. Perfect timing to blitz the corner, and the result proves it. There was barely time for the QB to set himself up to throw, let alone look downfield for a target before he was absolutely decked by somebody who I think enjoyed that chance to rush the passer.
Expect the defense to be coming again here after that sack. It is 2nd and 16. Putting the tight end in motion. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. Finds him over the middle. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight ends short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage. The trusty tight end.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Third and long. They're going to throw. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Hey, 3rd down, I get it. Give your quarterback some freedom, right, to make a play, even if he's got to work backwards. But it can blow up in your face as it did right there when nothing opens up.
Jake Bailey on the punt. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. And no chance at a return. He wisely angled it for the sideline and got it down to the 12 before going out.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Hewer.
Thanks Thanks so much, Scott. Appreciate the update as always. And welcome back, everyone. Third quarter about to get underway. Got a 2-score ball game here as we resume play. Now Boswell on to send this away. Washington now to return. Good work so far. He's got room. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Dolphins getting their offense out there to start off this second half. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. New set of downs for him from the 31. This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
There on the tackle. Tackled back at the 28-yard line.
Only went 3 yards the wrong way to start this drive out. Here's 2nd and 13. Blitz coming, Tua. This is caught by Jalen Waddle. And they'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43. A gain of 15 there. And that is a Dolphins first down.
A gain of 15.
And that right there is about the best you can hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and 2 guys can't stop one.
First down, Tagovailoa to throw. That's for Waddle again. Just after the catch, he is hit and stopped. A nice gain, though, down to the enemy 41. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
First down. A gain of 16
I may
yards.
love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him, only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Tagovailoa on first down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. It's 3 sacks for the game so far. Brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, I understand that, Cole. You try to get play action to get away from the rush. The problem is this defense has just been relentless.
After the sack, let's see what the offense does here. 2nd and 18 coming up. Now Tua to throw. We've got a screen to the running back. And slow progress into enemy territory. Small gain to the 48. Cole Holcomb there on the stop.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Throw to the right, finds Waddle. And this is going to be 4th down, Brock. He's out of bounds, well shy of what they needed there.
Awareness. You've got to be aware. Play caller, quarterback, receiver have to be aware of where the sticks are. That route just not enough, not deep enough to extend the drive and move the chains.
So the Dolphins readying for the punt. And this just gets past the 20 before going out. The Steelers and Jalen Warren headed back out there offensively. And all that's needed here, Brock, is some repeat execution from that last series. Of course, I'd expect the defense has made some adjustments after giving up that touchdown.
And that is the beauty of this game we love so much, those back and forth adjustments on the sidelines. And can this offense do what it did a drive ago? And that is stay one play ahead of their defensive foes.
They'll start on the ground here with Warren. And they're going to bring him down after his play rips off quite a chunk of yardage there, up to the 30. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Steelers have a first down.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down to first down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Slot man's in motion right. And the Dolphins are going to get to him, and he is dropped. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate. When you put the ball in the air, how many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
After the sack could really use a big play here on second down. It's 2nd and 15. Rodgers from the gun. Short pass brought in. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
I feel so bad, I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today, because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you, well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Rodgers going to throw here, 3rd down. And the defender's there to knock this away. That effort means it's 4th down.
Kate, I've talked to you over the years, the transition to the NFL where the windows to throw are small. On 3rd down, smaller. Put dime defense on the field, and those windows become almost non-existent.
On 4th down, it's Corliss Waitman on for the Steelers to punt this away. And he wasn't needed at all in the first half, partner. This is going to be his first punt. Baby, there's way too much behind that kick, and he knew it. That's all the way over the end zone for a touchback. The Miami offense headed out there now. And they have tried on occasion to ramp up their passing game, but nothing has worked with consistency yet, Brock. Might be why they trail near the end of this 3rd quarter.
You sure love teams who excel on the ground, right? You love a physical game of football who can hammer at the opponent, but in today's NFL, it's just impossible to win if you don't have a passing component that's balancing it out.
They'll start the drive with Achan. And he's taken down just a couple of yards shy of the 40. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it's going to be 1st down, Miami.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively, because you also know it can set the table for more.
Quite the start to that drive, huh, partner? First play sets him up at the 38. Man in motion, out of the slot. Going to the ground again on 1st. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Met and stopped by Alex Highsmith. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4.
We reach the final quarter of Monday Night Primetime. It's Dolphins ball, and they're sort of in comeback mode. They trail to start the 4th. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Achan again. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
On gain of 6.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Yeah, that call you had ready, though, recycle it. Save it for later, for that next 3rd down coming.
All set now. 1st and 10. Staying on the ground here with Achan. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, the casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Switching it up here. Tagovailoa to throw. Finds his back. Achan. Good defensive effort here. Drives him back across midfield onto their own side.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Third down, Steelers in the dime. 6 DBs out there. They'll throw. 3rd and long. He's got some air under this one. Deep down the middle. Brought in inside the 20. And they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal here from the 7.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
From the red zone now. Catch is made in close. And he will take this across. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins making a 4-point game here in the 4th. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
And now for the point after, and crucially to bring things within a field goal. And he connects there, so now another kick from him, a field goal. We tie this game in the 4th.
Dolphins 7.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Here comes Williams on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. The Steeler offense set to get back on the field. And this really looks like a whole different ball game after that touchdown, doesn't it? They really need to go on a drive here. Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Warren running between the tackles. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Working out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. Into the hands of Pat Fryermuth. And they're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. So a timeout comes in. It looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4. Now before we reach the 2-minute warning, we've got a timeout. That's the 2nd one used by the defense in this half.
It's pretty clear you're trying to find ways to get this player in space, right? That's where he's most dangerous. But the defenders made sure they kept him contained and limited what came of that one.
So gain of 5 on that 1st down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd. Trying an inside give to Warren. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. Now we get a pause, Brock, as the defense uses its final timeout, so the clock only going to stop again at our 2-minute warning.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
New set of downs from 37. Sending him on the dive. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4 equals a 1st down.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning in Pittsburgh. Steelers only up by a few. 2nd and 6 coming up here. They run with Warren. And they find him after just a yard. It's 3rd down.
He's down at the 32-yard line. A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Looking to throw. Going deep here for the end zone. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing 4th down. Didn't see a whole lot of room to fit that passing, Brock. Throwing into double coverage. How's Coach going to feel about that one?
Yeah, that's a no-no. Yeah, I experienced that as a player and now as a coach. Please don't do that again.
For the field goal, a 49-yard attempt.
Tracking for it, and it's good! And they're going to grow their lead late, but still a 1-score ball game.
So after that make, a field goal won't cost them a lead, but a touchdown still ties it, or likely probably puts them down a point. Okay, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Washington now to return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Miami set to take over once again on offense. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended Brock in a touchdown. Miami has its offense set, partner. Here comes 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. He'll drop this down to Achane. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
They bring Westbrook Akine in motion left. Back to throw. Has a man downfield. This is Washington. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. It's a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
No one open on that play, so he's going to chuck this to another county.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just caught.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. Setting up to pass. Sends this to the end zone. And they connect on the touchdown to claw back in these final moments. And an extra point will win this game. Exactly the play they were looking for, Brock. They saw it, and he put it right on the money.
Yeah, it really was a perfect play. This is what it looked like in practice, but more importantly now, to get it done in game time, that's what you're looking for. Amazing when it all comes together.
Now on for a likely game winner if he can knock this one through. And he gets the extra point, and that kick gives him the 1-point lead right near the end of this game.
Steelers 13.
Here's Patterson now to kick this away. Return starts from the goal line. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. Completed over the middle. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. The Steelers calling their first timeout. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
In quite the time crunch here, Brock, but still 2 timeouts to burn. It's 1st down. From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. That'll be caught by Adam Thielen. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. So there's the timeout called, and we're going to see if they think there's enough time for 2 plays or just 1 last snap.
First and 10.
I'll be honest with you, Kate. As you grow and develop as a quarterback, your arm gets stronger. These comebacks can be one of your favorite throws in your arsenal. Because if you trust yourself and you throw it before that defender breaks, you know there's yards to be had on the perimeter.
Rodgers going to throw on first. This is for the ball game. And this will not be caught, so their last chance heave to the end zone ends up on the ground. This game's over. So it's a win for the visiting Dolphins. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Dolphins, your winners, as we say